You are now chopping it up with the Nerd Barbershop Podcast.
Thank you.
Welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerd Barbershop Podcast. I'm Terrence Williams. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode and hanging out with me for a little bit. So in this episode of the podcast, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite times of the year. One of my favorite times in Chicago is food festival season. If you've been following me on like social media and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff, you know every year I hit up a couple of food festivals. I really enjoy them, and I don't think Chicago's food festival scene gets a lot of love like nationwide. Like a lot of people talk about other stuff with Chicago, and a lot of times like the violence and stuff like that will take a lot of the forefront. But Chicago has a very, very, not just do we have a really, really good food festival like season, but we have a lot of variety, a lot of diversity, and like every neighborhood gets like a chance to shine. I just love it. I just love, going through Facebook, or my Facebook notifications will just pop up and this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. My uncle just sent me an article that had I think it was like 120 different like food festivals / drink festivals / like music festivals between like May and like September or October, I think. So it's really fun. I really enjoy it. It's my favorite time of the year. I just I'll take off days, days here or there for work, and I just go different places. Some of my personal favorite food festivals are Red Fest is one, which I'm actually going to miss this year, unfortunately, because there's actually another food festival I'm going to talk about in a second. Because last year I actually went to two. Red Fest is one of my favorites. I've been going to Red Fest since about 2018, I believe. I think I went 2018, 2019. The pandemic happened, so it got canceled. And then when it came back 2 years ago, I went. But it's gotten a lot smaller, but I still enjoy it just because I like the area. Like, I love North Center, which is kind of a northern, like a north side neighborhood. I just enjoy the neighborhood. I love Red Fest. It's usually like a $10 like suggested donation to get in, but you can actually get in for free. You can just kind of walk in, but it's $10 suggested donation, and I actually have no problem with doing that because that money benefits the community. It benefits like the event. It helps the community. It helps like other little stuff for the neighborhood, and I don't mind that. Tacos and Tamales Festival is one I really enjoy. I've been there twice. I went. We went. I think 2 years ago was the first time. Last year we went. Last year was kind of crazy. I went with some of my coworkers. We ended up going in like the evening, and it was like packed. Like it's so many people. And it's kind of hard because it's this area in Pilsen. Like they block off this area. It's like almost like not an alley, but it's like you can tell like it's a side street. It's fun. There's a lot of people. I would suggest if you go to Tacos and Tamales Festival, go early. Like go as early as possible, because again, like as the day goes on, people go, oh yeah, this is happening, oh yeah, we can just get in. Like it's just kind of, if you go earlier, it's not as many people, but as the day like gets longer, people will just linger there, or people will get there going off, or people will just kind of stumble into it. So do that early. And then I also like the food truck festival. So there's actually two food truck festivals. There's excuse me for a second as I reposition myself in my chair. So there's actually two food truck festivals. There's the Chicago Food Truck Festival, which is sponsored by the Chicago BACP, which is the Business Affairs and Consumer Protection. I keep forgetting what the hell the BACP stands for, but like the Small Business Affairs and Consumer Protection like agency here in Chicago. They do a food truck festival, which is really cool. It starts in May. It actually just happened as of me recording it this past Friday, May 17th. So this before me recording this. And it's every single Friday in front of Daily Plaza. It was like this little area downtown Chicago. It's every single Friday. They have about 6, 7, maybe 8 food trucks there. And sometimes they rotate, but there's like a couple of like mainstays. And it's from 11 to 3 every Friday from May until October. And you just come out, get you some food. Like it's really designed for people like, if you work in the area, you want something different, you come swing by. It's for like, you don't just walk in, you just walk to the area, pick a food truck you like, stand in line, get some food, and go about your business. And there's another food truck festival, which is like more of a summer food truck festival. I think there's two. There's actually one in the summer and one in the fall. And this one's actually behind McCormick Place in like their parking lot. It's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit more spacious. But again, if you go, and tickets are free. If you get tickets on Eventbrite, you actually get up to 4 tickets like per account for free. So go to, and also it's just free to walk. You just walk in. They don't check anything. But it's the same thing as the Taco Tamale Festival. Go early, because if you go too late, it builds, especially on because it's on like a Saturday and a Sunday. People just kind of come through and it'll just kind of fill up. And then like if there's places you want to get, go to the places you really want to go to first while the lines are small. Because if you're there long enough, lines just build and wait and just more and more people. Last year I actually went to the Craft Beer Festival, which was fun. It was different. It was out in I think it's Jonquil Park, I believe it's called. Another kind of like north side neighborhood, and it was fun. I think it was like $25. Well, $25 was for early admission. It was like $30 to get in, and you get 12 tickets, and you can try all the beers that you want for like or it's up to 12 times. You have your 12 tickets. And it was fun. It was different. I mean, I actually did it before work last year, which was kind of fun. Did it before work. I went and got something to eat. Then went to work. It was a really fun day. That was different. I've never been to a craft beer festival. I enjoy beer, but I don't really dive into craft beers too much. So that was fun. You get like a little taster cup, go around, try some different beers, see what you like, what you don't like. What I kind of did was I think I got to like take it like 8 or 9. I think after that, I just kind of picked my same beer, just drink the beer I like the most, and just kept doing that for the rest of my time. I'm gonna do that again this year. So. And there's also there's Wing Out, which is happening at the end of May, which is a chicken wing festival. There's there's like a pizza fest that I went to a couple of years ago that is kind of overpriced in my opinion, but that happens. There's like a margarita festival that just happened this past weekend. There's also one I think coming up somewhere downtown. There's a mole festival happening in Pilsen. But one of the ones I'm really excited about this year is the Italian Beef Festival. I'm excited. As soon as I heard about it, I was like, yo, I am locked in, and this is the reason why I'm not going to Red Fest, because it's on the exact same day, so I might not do both of them, so I'm probably just going to end up going to the Italian Beef Festival. I'm excited. Like a $5 suggested donation. The first year of it, I'll probably buy a shirt to try to support. I'm excited. I'm just curious to see what it is, how they do it, especially because it's the first year. Everything's not ironed out just yet, so I'm very curious about that. There's also Burger Fest in September. I'm probably going to go to that one because I love me a good burger. I'm a huge burger junkie, so that'd be fun. I'm probably gonna go to the Craft Beer Festival again, which is happening in July. So I'll probably be doing that again. Debating about if I want to go to the Wine Fest. The Wine Festival is in the exact same sponsor as the Craft Beer Festival. Excuse me, but I don't drink wine like that, so I'd rather do beer before wine. My best friend was actually telling me about a cider fest that he ran into I think last year, and that might be towards fallish, but I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, there's just so much going on. You can stumble into stuff. If you just aren't if you aren't paying attention, you just run into stuff. Listen to loud music and follow the loud music. But yeah, I love music. I love food festival season in Chicago. I love it. Things are popping up every weekend just about. You could probably find something every weekend now until October. It's a good time, especially when the weather's nice. You just go, have a good time, and chill. And I just enjoy it. I love it. I love getting out, taking pictures, trying new food, just being around food because I am a foodie. I just enjoy it, and so it's a really underrated time of the year that I don't think a lot of people talk about. And for people, a lot of people go, Taryn, I know about all these things. My Facebook. When I go to events, I check into events. I say I'm at events and stuff like that. When events pop back up, Facebook does a great job of notifying me. I get ads out the ads between Facebook and Instagram. I get ads constantly about events and buying tickets for this, or you should check out this. It's kind of like the cookies in my they know me. They know my Facebook and my Instagram know me well. My ads are tailor made to me, so I always know about these things. This is a lot of fun. So it's my favorite time of year. I can't wait, and I can't wait to just kind of go out and see what this year has. But anyway, so thank you so much for clicking on this episode of the Nerd Barbershop Podcast. I greatly appreciate it. Of course, share, comment, subscribe on YouTube. And share the podcast on Spotify or wherever you may listen to the podcast. Or then forever, Slicing Dicing Gaming. It's not just a motto, it's a lifestyle. I'll see you next video. Later. Or next podcast. Sorry. I would say video. I'm just doing this for videos. Don't mind me. Next video, next podcast. Later.